Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Leonora M. Pagkanlungan, your English teacher. Welcome to English class. Our topic is all about using context clues with an objective to determine the meaning of words and expressions that reflect the local culture by noting context clues. What do you understand with context clues? Your mind when you hear the word context. Can you give words that you would be able to associate with the word context so that you could be able to understand what we mean by context clues? Context clues are hints that the author gives to help define a difficult or unusual word. The clue may appear within the same sentence as the word to which it refers, or it may follow in a preceding sentence. Because most of your vocabulary is gained through reading, it is important that you will be able to recognize and take advantage of context clues. So remember the word or expressions, hints, clue may appear within the same sentence or may follow in the preceding sentence. Types of context clues. Here are the different types of context clues. One is antonym, which means opposite meaning in the text. An example of this type of context clues is unlike animals that hunt during the day, nocturnal hunters must find their way in the darkness. So what do you think is the meaning of the word nocturnal? What is the clue to the word? Okay, that is unlike. So if you have the word unlike, you are giving the opposite of what is given in this idea. Unlike animals that hunt during the day. So what is the opposite? That means hunters can hunt in the darkness. Okay. Or can see in the darkness. The second type of context clues is direct definition, which means meaning is stated in the sentence. An example of this one is Chinese junks were sailing ships with flat bottoms. What do you think is the direct definition of junks? Very good. That is ships with flat bottoms. Type of context clue, and that is synonym, which means similar meaning in the text. An example of this one is a beaver uses its front teeth to know trees. These incisors continue to grow as they are worn away. What is the synonym of incisors? Very good. It's front teeth. There's another difficult word that you can find in the sentence that is no. So, what do you think is the clue to the word no? That's correct. It is still front teeth. If front teeth is the clue, then what do we mean by no? Very good. So that is to cut or to bite. The fourth type of context clues is appositive, which means meaning is set off by commas. An example of this one is a country imports or brings in products from other countries. So what do we mean by imports? Okay, it is brings in. As you notice, brings in is set off by commas. It can be found before and after the meaning. context clues is example, which means a group of items in a category. An example of this one is the animals feeds on grasses, leafy plants, shrubs, and other vegetation. What do you think is the meaning of the word vegetation? The examples or group of items given are grasses, leafy plants, shrubs. In what way these three words are related with one another? So that you can get the meaning of vegetation. That's right, green plants. The sixth type of context clues is structure, which means word parts aid to discover its meaning. An example of this one is the somnambulist had to be locked in his bedroom at night for his own safety. What do you think is the clue to the word somnambulist? That's correct. Besides to be locked in at night for his own safety, there's another way on how you could be able to determine its meaning, and that is through word parts. So what do you think is the root word to the word somnambulist? That's correct. That is somnus, which means to sleep. Then the remaining parts of somnambulist is ambulist. So what do you think is the other part of the word? That's correct. That is ambular, which means to walk. And the last part of the word is ist. What do you call this part that can be found at the end of the word or the root word? That's correct. That is suffix. What does the suffix ist mean? Yes, it is a person. So what do we mean by somnambulist then? That's correct. It is a person who walks while sleeping or a sleepwalker. And these are the different types of context clues that I presented to you. And their examples. We really understood the discussion. I'm going to divide the class into 6 groups. Each group will present 2 words or expressions used nowadays and present them the type of context clues assigned to you. Like for example, millennial, Generation Z. Are you ready? Well done. Keep smiling. God will always be with you. Thank the following to make this video a fruitful one.